Hi. I just wanted to talk about all of this scuttlebutt with Beyonce being ranked so high on all of these lists as the year ends. People are talking as though she's not worthy. And I'm not actually here as a fan. I'm here as a music lover. I want to debunk and just do a deep dive into a lot of these rumors and kind of conversations saying she's not deserving. I just want to kind of lay it all out there, and then you guys can decide for yourselves. We have year 2000. She's with Destiny's Child. They're on top. Women's empowerment. They're moving the needle forward in terms of songs and what female groups, black groups can do. They're carrying on the legacy of groups like the Supremes and TLC, which are also best-selling female groups. And they're being compared with them in the same conversations. Beyonce's winning awards for writing for the group. She's the lead singer. So she's very culturally relevant. You have to remember, B was there before all of those Rihannas and everything. And no hate to any of them, I love them all. But you have to understand, the first half of the 2000s, it was B. In that spirit, we go to Beyonce's solo album. She breaks records for most Grammys won on a night, or at least ties records. And that album, did really well. And then we have B-Day, which was more hip hop. And she keeps chart success. She diversifies her catalog, doing different songs. The more pop-driven, Irreplaceable, written by Neo. She does Dreamgirls, which, not that a movie makes a pop star, but it definitely expands their relevancy and their reach in pop culture. And then we have I Am Sasha Fierce, which was a huge monster critical success. You have number one Single Ladies, and great hits such as If I Were a Boy, Halo, A Diva. Halo that never quite made it to number one, but actually is one of her biggest songs. It was on the charts longer than any of her other songs from that album that did make it to number one. And then you go into the 2010s, where she really changed the game. Changed the game in terms of surprise releases. Not saying she's the first to do it. I'm just saying she's the biggest artist of her caliber to do that. And what that did was it kind of changed and shifted the genre to where now all artists were doing it. It became the norm. And also what became the norm was visual albums. Again, I'm not saying Beyonce was the first to do that. I'm just saying she normalized it. She took it a step further, and that's what she's always doing in her career. She gets flack for innovation, but what she does is she takes what's already there and she kind of improves it, and she moves it into today, and she makes it something different and better. There is innovation in taking something that's there and evolving it. Then we have Lemonade, very innovative, and what she's talking about, not that we haven't had like husband bashing songs or he cheated on me songs, but the way it was packaged in the whole album, the narrative, the story, the poetry, the visuals, it was all fresh and new. And keep moving, we get to the Renaissance era. Now I want to talk about touring. She is the best selling black female touring artist of all time. She's actually one of the best selling female touring artists. If you take even race out of it, I think Taylor Swift's Eras Tour was the highest grossing female tour, but Madonna is the best-selling female artist. So I want to give props to women that hit these milestones. But if you look at all Beyonce's done in totality, I'm not just talking about touring, I'm not just talking about charts, I'm not just talking about album sales, I'm not just talking about creativity or innovation, I'm talking about all of it, and this is why she's deserving. Renaissance was a cultural movement. And then you have Cowboy Carter that challenges the constructs of the country music genre. CMA's got it wrong, but everybody else is nominating her for everything for this album. But we'll see what the Grammys says, which is really the biggest music night. And they're giving it to her because she had a hit every year of the 2000s leading up to 2000, like at least 2022. I think the last one being Savage. She's consistently put out music and been there for the culture and moving the culture forward and been out there and working. All of these things in totality, and what she's done culturally for the culture in terms of racism and sexism and women's empowerment and finding your voice and taking your voice back. I think it really has shifted how we think about music, technically in terms of how she's released things and what she's done. I just think when you look at everything in totality, it makes complete sense.